Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to another episode of Pan the Organizer. So today is a highly anticipated video. If you clicked to watch, you're probably very curious. And this is my review and demo of the new Cerakote Professional Ceramic Paint Coating. Now, I recently unveiled a very popular video where they decided to launch this new coating to you guys, whether you're a DIYer, a weekend warrior, or a car detailing professional, you have access to their latest technology. It was a groundbreaking video because I had unprecedented access for a full factory tour with some of the most high-tech equipment I have ever seen. And also they did an absolute groundbreaking industry disrupting announcement because they decided to offer this at a factory direct price to DIYers. And if you're a detailing professional, you can have access to a kit for free for you guys to try out. I'm going to leave, by the way, all the links to that info in the description under the video for you guys to check them out. So all you have to do is sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. And by the way, I want to thank Cerakote for sponsoring this video and making all of this possible. Once again, they've been producing ceramic coatings for many industries, including the automotive detailing industry for many years now, but they decided to keep their latest and greatest technologies to themselves in this latest formulation and offer the opportunity to you guys to go factory direct for many reasons. I don't want to spoil that video if you haven't seen it yet, so I'll leave it linked in the description so you can watch it after this one. You're going to see not only the factory tour, but why it was such an industry disruptive kind of video, right? Because the unveiling was insane. So I've had over a month now to test this on a few vehicles, and today what we're going to do is, well, first of all, I'm going to tell you all about this coating. We're going to do a quick unboxing. I'm also going to explain all the attributes and the properties of the coating, why it makes it that good. By the way, I'm also going to give you towards the end of the video my thoughts. Is it truly as good as they say? Well, for those who know my smile, I know it means a lot. You're probably understanding where I'm going with this, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. I'm going to keep my thoughts for the end of the video, so stay tuned. We're going to talk about what kind of prep you need to do because this is super simple to apply. And then you're going to see the application demo, but also we're going to look at the results, not only for the gloss, the slickness, but also the water behavior. So what kind of water beading are we getting? Is it shedding water super quickly and all that kind of good stuff? Also, I'm going to be answering typical questions. So what kind of maintenance is required for this ceramic coating? Normally, you don't have access to professional grade coatings unless you're a certified installer for the brand. But because Cerakote is offering this at a factory direct pricing, DIYers, weekend warriors, members of the public, you guys can have direct access to this. And if you do at that factory direct price, by the way, this is what you're going to get. So this kit comes with 2 bottles inside it. It's 60 USD at the moment of this recording. This is a limited time offer, by the way, so it is unknown for how long Cerakote's going to keep this going because it was super popular. So many of you guys ordered this. The video at this point when you're watching this, the original video is probably over 100,000 views at this point. And so they're working as hard as humanly possible to get these shipped out to everyone. I think it beat everyone's expectations, although we knew it'd probably do well because 60 USD for 2 ceramic coating bottles, that's only $30 US per bottle. So you get this in this beautiful packaging, by the way. So kind of this matte satin appearance on the packaging, and it is very simple to apply, but also their packaging is simple. They made everything very easy for you guys to understand. So you get this matte satin black appearance. You open it with the magnetic holding front pocket. What you get here is the application guide. So very simple instructions. We're going to go over them in this video, but of course take the time to read the instructions that come with it. And inside there you go, the bad boys themselves, 2 30 ml bottles of the Cerakote Professional Ceramic Paint Coating. So just for you guys to know, because this question I can answer already, 1 bottle is typically good for 1 average size sedan, so they offer 2 bottles in the kit in case you have a larger vehicle like a big SUV or a big pickup truck. You have everything you need in one of these. If you're more experienced with coatings, like I am, I've been detailing now for over 26 years, I can do typically an average size car with 1 bottle. I can do 2 of those vehicles, but note that with 1 kit, obviously you'll have more than enough to cover all the surfaces because, by the way, you can apply this on multiple surfaces. And talking about that, let's let's go over a few of the properties that separate this from the rest of the pack, because you guys are wondering, well, is this just a coating that's offered at a super less expensive price, but it's the same as any other coating on the market? No, there's a lot of features in there that when you combine all of that and the value, it makes it an industry leader. So first of all, what is the durability? Cerakote has reset the conversation about durability. Many customers and people around the world, even professionals, have become leery about these claims, right? You see ceramic coatings, they claim 7 years, 8 years, 9+ years, lifetime for a coating. And we all know in the real world scenario that rarely is the case because of multiple factors, right? The mileage of the vehicle. Is your car garage kept or is it daily driven? Is it exposed to the elements all day long? Also, what kind of maintenance you perform? How did you apply the coating itself? And the weather, the conditions, all that kind of stuff can have a great influence on real world performance. So what Cerakote here is doing, you can check the first video if you want to have the full spiel, but basically they're resetting the conversation and they're focusing on 3 target areas that are most important to you guys out there. And it is the resistance to real world washes, the ability to maintain its gloss and slickness, so its properties over time, and also the water beading, right? So the water behavior. So those are the 3 attributes that they're focusing on. So in this case, they're promising 200+ washes of resistance. So that's real world washes, because enthusiasts like you and I, we like to wash our cars often. So we want to know that our coating can resist to washes. And by the way, they went a little above and beyond. They did a video that I'll leave linked in the description as well, where they washed a vehicle where they had applied this and they had a control section with no coating on it for over 500 times, and the coating still maintained its properties. So it's absolutely insane. You're also getting extreme water beading. This is a beading type coating. So the beads are round, they're tight, a very aggressive water contact angle. So you're absolutely going to love the hydrophobic properties. And you can even dry your vehicle, as you're going to see later in the demo, with just water. If you have a steady stream of water, you can dry your vehicle that way because it sheds the water very, very quickly. And due to that crazy hydrophobic properties, and or you can use a car dryer or leaf blower to dry your vehicle in seconds. So a 100% touchless drying possibility, and that way there's no marring on the paint. Also, another cool thing, it has tremendous gloss and tremendous slickness. That is going to be another thing you guys are actually really going to like. I've been impressed with all the vehicles I've applied it to so far. Also, when we were at the factory, we applied it on a McLaren and also a Mercedes, as you probably saw in that video, and they just looked amazing. But you're going to see in this video too, I think you're going to be pretty impressed. So one cool thing, only 2 hours of curing are needed. So especially for professional detailers out there, normally ceramic coatings, some need 24 hours of curing, some even 48 hours of curing before you release them to your customer or drive them off in the elements such as rainy conditions. So they need a long time. Not everybody has the space or time to keep a car for 24 or 48 hours indoors without exposing to water or rain. So know with this, after only 2 hours, you can drive off in the elements. That is a crazy game changer if you ask me. So very small curing time. Of course, ideally, if you can let it for 24 hours sit indoors, that's even better. But at least note that after 2 hours, it's ready to drive off. No problem if it rains, you're good to go. And another neat feature about this one, most ceramic coatings, when you apply them, you need at least to wait 7 to 14 days before you wash your car again, because the coating continues to cure over those 7 to 14 days. Well, with this one, once you applied it 24 hours later, you can start washing your car again. So I thought that was pretty cool. Quick and easy to apply. I think that's going to be an understatement, as you're going to see. Even a person who has never applied a ceramic coating, never in their life, they don't even have to worry about flashing times and curing times and that tacky removal and worrying about high spots. If you've applied a wax, guys, this is very easy. And again, you're going to see all the demo. It's very easy. One cool thing, it is made in the USA 100%. So a lot of people I know, who especially my viewers who live in the USA, you guys love to support brands and companies that actually make their products in-house in the US. So this is one of them. They keep full control over their quality. Yes, it does provide UV protection as well. And again, you're getting a crazy factory direct price. So one kit for 60 USD, that means it's only $30 US per bottle. They also have international partners, by the way, Canada, Canada, Europe, Australia, so on and so forth. Again, check the links in the description. You can take a hold of this deal. If you're a DIYer, you can purchase that at that low cost. But if you're a detailing professional and you have a professional business, you can sign up in the form that's going to be linked below, and you can get the first kit for free for you guys to try out. They're putting their money where their mouth is, and they're offering this. And if you're in the US, they're even offering free shipping. So it's a no-lose situation. I think you guys are really going to like this. By the way, another cool feature for this one, it's only a 1-layer system. That is it. It's not 2, 3, multiple layers. You have to come back, add another. Nope, nothing. 1 layer, you're good to go. And also, there's no toppers that are needed for maintenance. If you want to, you can apply toppers. We're going to talk about that later on when I talk about the maintenance. But in theory, there's no toppers needed. So I think that's cool. And by the way, they're putting, again, their money where their mouth is. They're offering a crazy guarantee. If you're not satisfied with this product, you can just email them or call them. They're going to make things right. They're either going to send you another free bottle if this didn't work for you, or they're going to give you a full refund. So how awesome is that? Now, let's talk about what kind of prep you need, because prep is actually pretty simple. You've seen me do this 100 times already, so I'm not going to make this too long. But basically, you're going to want to wash your car, obviously, make it fully clean so you can use a pre-wash to degrease the surface, remove traffic film. Then you can use a shampoo. In this case, I like to use an acidic car shampoo to remove any potential previous waxes, or at least start stripping those down, because you want to remove previous protection that's on the paint. Also remove any mineral deposits thanks to that acidic shampoo. So in this case, CarPro D-Scale, and that's going to basically make the paint very, very clean. Next, you're going to want to decontaminate the paint, right? So use an iron remover to remove any embedded brake dust, industrial fallout, rail dust, basically any iron particles that might be embedded in the clear coat. Next, you're also going to want to check your paint if there's further contaminants, if it feels rough when you're touching. If there's any contamination, you can use a clay bar, clay towel, or clay mitt to further decontaminate the paint, right? Or kind of exfoliate it. You want to prep your paint as good as possible. And from then on, you can move on to a paint polishing step. Now, polishing is not necessary. You can still apply a coating, even if you have scratches or swirls. The coating is still going to bond, but obviously, if you have any previous protection on there, an older coating that you want to remove, or a paint sealant or a wax, at least a light polish step, mechanical abrasion is absolutely needed to ensure 100% removal of any previous protection. And obviously, before sealing the finish for many, many years to come with the ceramic coating, you want to make sure the paint looks as good as you want. So now is the time to polish the paint, to remove those scratches, remove the oxidation, remove the swirls, and also increase gloss, because machine polishing is the best way to have the biggest increase in gloss if you were to measure it with a gloss meter, by the way. And you're going to enhance clarity, depth, and you're going to make the paint pop, right? So all of that now is done. You're going to use either an IPA, so an isopropyl alcohol mix, or a paint prep spray to basically remove any polishing oils, any residue, any old wax residue as well, and you're going to make the surface squeaky clean. So all of these prep steps are important to make sure you get a proper bonding of the ceramic coating to the clear coat. Ceramic coatings need to bond directly to the clear coat without any interference from any contamination, any dirt, or any previous protection. So again, you're working with a virgin clear coat. And now, well, I know you guys are dying to see the demo, and you're going to see just how simple it is to apply. So let's dive right into the demo. All right, guys, so now is the application demo for the Cerakote Professional Ceramic Paint Coating. So like any ceramic coating, shake your bottles well before you start using it. You can use whatever micro suede or microfiber applicator you guys want. In this case, I'm using the Rag Company Pearl microfiber applicator. So you're gonna pour a few drops when you're initially priming your pad. The first time you want to make it a bit more damp, and after that reloading will be as simple as a few more drops. You want it to glide on the surface. It's a single mom of 2 children that had this vehicle, and well, it was neglected because she didn't really have time to take care of it, so she wanted something that would allow her to have a glossy finish, but to protect the vehicle for many years, even if she didn't have time to personally wax it or apply a paint sealant. And in the case of the Cerakote, because it is so inexpensive, it allowed me to reduce the price of a ceramic coating job and offer this opportunity for her. And in this case, we didn't go for a full 2-stage or 3-stage paint correction. That wasn't the goal. She just wanted a paint enhancement. Of course, always discuss with your customer if you're a professional to see what their budget allows. But we did a light paint enhancement to further make sure we get a squeaky clean paint. There's still a lot of stone chips, as you guys can tell. There are scratches and swirls, but we cleared this up. I'd say 75 to 80% correction. Of course, the gloss is more present. It pops a lot more now. We removed a lot of the finer swirls and scratches. And yeah, although it's been through the ringers, there's a lot of stone chips, as I said, still a lot of swirls and scratches. This is not a paint correction tutorial, by the way. We're showing how to apply the Cerakote professional ceramic paint coating. So, and of course, this is a real world scenario. It's a daily driven vehicle that stays outside 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. So it'll be fun to see how this coating performs over time. And also the application here today. Well, again, you do not have to have a perfect paintwork without any swirls or scratches to apply a coating. All it needs is properly washed, fully decontaminated, and stripped of any previous protections. There's nothing on the surface. We have a virgin clear coat, and that's the most important thing. So if you don't know how to polish your vehicle, as long as you're sure you don't have any protection on the paintwork, you can go ahead and still apply a ceramic coating. So we've primed the pad now. And of course, I was talking a little bit, so let's add a few more droplets to get this started. So if you work in a controlled environment like I am currently, it is always recommended to never work in direct sunlight. That is a big no-no when applying ceramic coatings. And in this case, now I'm working at 68 degrees Fahrenheit or 20 degrees Celsius, so perfect conditions, but you can apply this outside as long as you're working in the shade and on a cool surface, and don't pick a day where it's too windy. You don't want dust kicking up all over the place. So usually if you've never applied a coating before, this is very easy to apply, but stick to 2x2 sections. Because I'm working in a controlled environment, I can actually work bigger sections. So what they suggest in their instructions is to apply in a cross-hatch pattern. So that means up and down and left to right. So that way you're ensuring proper and even coverage. Now, what you're going to notice with this coating, and it is totally normal, we were used to coatings before. They were flashing off, so the carriers would evaporate, and they'd leave behind what was known as a rainbow finish on the surface. So that was basically like an oil slick on water appearance. Now with this latest technology from Cerakote, things have changed because now we're looking for a beading effect. So it's going to be kind of like the coating is sweating on itself, and that is totally normal, and that's what you're looking for. So once you applied it to your section, you're going to start your stopwatch, and I'm going to show you that in just a few seconds. I'm going to reapply a few drops to finish off. I can do an entire hood because I'm working in a controlled environment. Just keep in mind, if you work in more hot and more humid environments, it's going to flash off a lot quicker. And if you work in colder environments, it's going to flash off a lot slower. So once you've applied the coating to your section, you're going to take your stopwatch and you're going to set it for 5 minutes. So let's start this. And so the 5 minutes is to make sure that the coating is properly going to bond onto the surface. And that way, that's when you're going to start leveling. I prefer the 2-towel method. So 1 towel is going to be to start leveling the coating and to pick up the majority of whatever carrier is there. And the second clean and dry microfiber towel to buff to a streak-free shine. So while it's curing on the surface right now, you can see the flashers and carriers that are actually evaporating, and the coating is going to start to bead up on itself, and that's sweating effect. And I'm going to show you that on camera. So let's have a closer look. You see all this here? So you see the effect in the lighting. That is the sweating or the beading. So if you can have a look, you see those little droplets. So that is the sweating effect. So it's like little mini beads that are beading up. So that's a visual indicator after the 5 minutes that you can start leveling and wiping the coating. All right, guys, so it has been 5 minutes on the dot, and that means that it's time to start leveling the coating. So for that, we'll be using a 2-towel method. So the first towel, I like the Rag Company Pearl Weave Towel. So this is a short nap. So very tight weave. And then the second towel is the Rag Company Eagle Edgeless 350, so 350 GSM. This is a plusher towel. This is for the final buff. And you're gonna see how forgiving and how easy this coating is to level and buff off. If you've never applied a coating before, you're gonna love how easy this is. Like coatings years ago, they used to be tacky on removal. You had to worry about, well, high spots and wipe times, and they were not super simple to deal with. This here, this is as easy as it gets. It just glides off. So your initial towel is going to pick up the bulk of the residual carriers and the transfer solution. So you're just doing a light wipe. And by the way, this coating, you can apply it on paint, glass, wheels, your lights, PPF, and vinyl wraps as well. So effortless, effortless. It's already gliding. And then you take your second clean and dry towel, the plusher one, and this is for the final wipe. So I can already tell this is effortless. The towel just glides on top of the surface. And now all that is needed is 2 hours of curing. So no exposure to water or rain during those 2 hours. And after that, you can drive off in the elements. If you can, like in this case, I have the vehicle, I'm lucky enough to have it till tomorrow. So I'm gonna leave it indoors overnight. So the 24 hours is even better. But at least you know with this one that after just 2 hours, you can release it to the customer and they can drive off outside, no problem. Even if it's raining, it's not the end of the world. So we did a flat panel. We're gonna do a vertical panel. All right, for the vertical panel, always shake your bottle well. I like to shake that in between panels, make sure everything in the solution is homogeneous. We're reapplying a bit of coating onto the applicator, and it's pretty straightforward. So up and down and left to right, again, the cross hatch. Very easy. I remind you once again, we weren't going for a full-blown paint correction here. So this was just a light paint enhancement. So it's nice to see. You guys have seen, of course, me doing jobs A to Z where we take care of the entire vehicle and we do a full paint correction. That again depends on the person's budget. By the way, as I said in the video, with a 30 ml bottle, you can coat at least an entire mid-size vehicle like this Nissan Rogue. But the kit, they provide you with 2 bottles. That way you can cover bigger vehicles, especially if you have like a big truck. So you should have more than enough. But if you have experience with applying coatings and you've done it before, for me, one of these bottles, I can usually stretch it out to 2 mid-sized sedans as long as I'm only coating the paint. Obviously, if you plan on coating the wheels and the glass and all that kind of stuff, you're probably going to need another bottle. But the kit comes with 2, so again, you're fully covered. So there we go. We applied this now. We are going to start the stopwatch. Always do this once, do it right. So if it requires 5 minutes, we're going to start and wait 5 minutes. All right, guys, so 5 minutes on the clock. We can stop the timer and we're going to use the 2 towel method, first to level once again and then to buff. So this, you guys know when I laugh, that's always a good sign. I'm going to say this right now. You know how many products I test. This is the easiest to remove and buff ceramic coating in the professional range that I have tested to this day. I mean, look at that. Even with the first leveling towel, this is effortless. Can you see that just gliding on the surface? Wow. By the way, of course, do behind the door handles. Make sure you do a good job at leveling. You can take, as I'm going to do in just a few seconds, an inspection light as well. And by the way, this coating is not meant for your plastic trim. So it doesn't really matter though if like you go a little over with the applicator, you take your towel and you can just level that. so you're not going to leave any smudges. It is very forgiving, this coating. That's one thing I really like right now. So there you go. That's the first leveling towel. Make sure you covered all the areas. And then the second clean and dry plush towel for the final streak-free buff. And that's how easy it is. Of course, as the days go by, the coating is going to continue its curing process. And if you think it looks glossy now, right, it looks absolutely amazing. I mean, look at that. I can see myself in the mirror. I can shave myself off the door panels. That's how glossy it is. But it's going to get even glossier as the days and the weeks pass by. But gosh, this is slick, and gosh, this is easy to apply. So, wow, absolutely love this. And now you can take an inspection light, like this scan grip, and there we go. We turn it on, and then you can observe your paint, not for the defects, of course, because that wasn't the purpose of this video, as I mentioned, but we're looking for any potential high spots. So those are the darker spots of coating solution that will dry up, and you don't want that. So you want to make sure you perfectly leveled and buffed the coating. So this looks absolutely great. So now I'm going to show you, let's go ahead and do the windshield. All right, we're going to apply this on the windshield too, because you can apply it on glass surfaces as well. I will be curious to see how well it does over the coming months and years, and how well it does on the painted surfaces, but also why not on glass. So why would you apply a coating on your windshield? Well, it helps you when you're driving in inclement weather, especially when it's super rainy outside, because the hydrophobic properties, they're going to help repel all that rain and water off the glass at a super high speed, because it has such good hydrophobic properties and water repellency. As we're going to see after this cures, stay tuned, because you're going to want to see the hydrophobic properties, the water beading, how quickly the water just sheds off the paint as well. You can dry your car with just water, or you can use a blower, of course, or your microfiber drying towel, whatever means you guys prefer. Let's do that cross hatch. So yeah, when you look at glass through a microscope, it's actually porous. So just like your paint, there's some hills and valleys. And in those hills and valleys, you can have some contamination. So you want to make sure you prep the glass properly. So do the full wash. You can use either a glass stripper, which is a chemical that can help to degrease and prep the glass chemically, or an IPA. Of course, clay the glass before that to remove embedded contamination. But then you can use an IPA, isopropyl alcohol mix, to go ahead and further degrease the surface. And then it's ready to coat, just like paint. The more prep you do, the better. So let's start our stopwatch, 5 minutes, and then we're going to come and level this. So even on the glass surfaces, you can see that sweating effect on the surface. So those little droplets, there you go. So the same as on the paint, that's your visual indicator. All right, so 5 minutes is up. Let's stop this and start leveling. So yeah, by having this coating now on your glass, it's going to help repel all that water while you're driving. And this makes it a lot safer, because you're increasing the clarity of the glass and also visibility while driving. So yeah, a lot of added benefits. Ice, sleet, and snow is going to have less of a tendency to stick to it. So the windshield is also going to be much, much easier to clean if you live in snowy conditions like us here in Montreal, Canada. So second towel, there we go. So we're going to finish doing the rest of the vehicle, and then we're going to come back and reveal the amazing final results, so you guys can have a look, an overall appreciation of how this looks in person. It's going to look stunning, I can tell you. And then we're going to have a look at the hydrophobic properties as well, and come to the final thoughts and the conclusion. All right, guys, look at that. These are the end results. It looks like a mirror. Before I give you the grand tour, let's have a look at how it was before. So as you can tell, it was dirty. It was pretty beaten up. There were swirls, there were scratches, Tons of road grime, accumulated road film. It was disgusting. The wheels and tires were absolutely horrible. The vehicle had really been neglected, never really been taken care of, and never properly detailed. So the owner here really wanted to step their game up and, well, decided to go ahead and do a full ceramic coating job. We only did a paint enhancement, so just a light paint correction to bring it with more pop and a bit more clarity and depth and gloss in the finish. But the most important was to protect it with the ceramic coating. So here's the before, but now let's have a look at the after. Look at this. Just look at the level of gloss. Unbelievable. And it's going to get better as it continues curing over the next days. So look at that. I can shave myself off these panels. It really looks like a mirror. And even though we only did a paint enhancement, look at how awesome this came. Of course, ceramic coatings will kind of help to, well, not mask the defects, but they're going to fill in those hills and valleys a little bit on your paint, hence increasing the perception of gloss. But look at that. Wow. Only 2 hours of curing and you can drive off in the elements. But as I said, if you can, I'm keeping this overnight in the garage. There's a little accident here, a little brush up. So that's unfortunate, but that's the way it is. So if we have a look now, the wheel arches, the wheels and tires, everything was done to a T. The entire vehicle was ceramic coated. So all the paintwork, the lights, and the windshield. And look at that. Look at this. Does it get better than that? Really impressed. Again, the application was super easy. If you guys have never applied a ceramic coating in your life, even though this is a professional grade coating because you're getting all those professional results and the chemical resistance and that awesome 200 plus wash durability, UV protection, gloss, slickness, only one layer. Well, it is stupid easy to apply. Just look at that. How awesome does that look? Let me bring you in for the classic pan the organizer shots right there. Look at that. Look at those side panels right there. Can you see that? I can barely tell it's a black vehicle. That's how much glossy it is. So imagine in the next week or two when it's going to continue its curing. Of course, I know you guys are curious to see the hydrophobic properties. We're going to get to that in just a few seconds. This is not meant, by the way, for matte surfaces. So if you have matte PPF or matte paint, obviously this being a gloss enhancing product, you're going to want to apply it to glossy paint or glossy PPF, vinyl wraps, glass, wheels. You can apply it to a bunch of different surfaces. Look at that. That is absolutely nuts. What do you guys think of the results? By the way, drop comments in the comment section, especially those who have tested this. Give us some feedback. Everybody wants to know, how is it to use in the real world? But man, I'm impressed. And once again, the application, the removal, this is the easiest to remove professional paint coating that I have used. So leveling and buffing was a breeze. Just look at that. Absolutely gorgeous. So I think it's striking, the before and after. Let's have a look at a few shots of before and after once again. Who doesn't like to see before and after shots, right? So before, not that great. And after, look at that. The paint is so glossy. I can shave myself off the body panels. It looks like it's dripping wet. So we went from a dull look to a now restored, glossy, and protected finish. This looks killer. What do you guys think? Drop a comment in the comment section. Okay guys, let's have a look at the hydrophobic properties. They say that this has extreme water beading, and also because of that extreme water contact angle, those nice little droplets should be able to shed off the panels at a very quick rate. So we're gonna have a look at that just now. If we have a quick look at the before, you can see how very, very slow the water was to sheet off. It was pooling. There was absolutely no water beading because there was no protection on the paint. So again, the water would just pool up, very slow to sheet off, and zero water beading. And look at all those droplets just quickly shed off. Hopefully you can tell on camera. This looks insane. Let's do that one more time. So look at how fast that water sheds off, but those water droplets look absolutely amazing. Let me bring you closer. So let's have a look at these water beads. Look at how round and how tight these are. They're like little gems. And look at how quickly, whoop, that water sheds off. That is nuts, guys. Look at that. Very, very round and tight water beading. This is absolutely amazing. Let's have a look here from a different angle. I know you guys love to geek out. Just look at that there. See that? Wow. Thoroughly, thoroughly impressed. So a lot of the water already evacuated off the panel. That's how quickly this coating sheds water. But if you were to use a garden hose, for example, or just water in a container, look how quickly this can actually be dried using just water. So let's start off. So just using a steady flow of water. Look at that. And you get to a point where this is bone dry. There's almost nothing left on there. That is insane. Let me show you now what this would look like if you were to use a car dryer or leaf blower. So let's get it wet again. Oh man, this never gets old. Look at that. And all that shedding of the water super quick. All right, so you're done washing your vehicle, you fully rinsed it. Instead of using a microfiber drying towel, you can use a car dryer or a leaf blower, like my Ego cordless blower here. And you're gonna see how quickly this is to dry the vehicle in a 100% touchless manner. And that is it. You saw how quick this was, and now we got 100% dry panel. Now let's do the same test on a vertical panel, and we'll come back also for the glass portion. All right, guys, so let's have a look at the water beading and water behavior on a vertical panel now, but before, let's have a look at what the before was like. So as you can tell on screen, again, there was zero water beading. The water was very, very slow to sheet off. It just pooled in a big sheet. And again, yeah, zero water beading because there's no protection on the paint. So now let's have a look at the water behavior on the protected paint with the Cerakote Professional Ceramic Paint Coating. And there we go. Again, we have that insane water beading, nice, tight, super round water droplets. And of course, the water is just shedding at a high rate. Let's try that again. And there we go. You can see on screen just how quickly that water sheds off. Now let's do, again, the test with the water in the container, or if you had a garden hose, for example, and just a steady stream of water. And there you go. And as you can tell, bone dry. This is awesome. Like, you're drying your paintwork with just water, and it sheds off super quick. And once again, there you go, dry to the touch. Looks absolutely amazing. Now let's do the blower test as well, so you can see how quickly this is to dry with a blower. All right, so you're done washing and rinsing your vehicle, and now you come in with your blower. And there you go. Once again, fully dry in a matter of seconds. You're good to go. The Hydrophobics are insane. Let's have a look at the glass now. Okay, let's look at the water behavior on the windshield where we also applied the coating because it can be applied once again on paint, glass, wheels, PPF, and vinyl wrap as well. Once again, look at those water beads. That is nuts. And the water just sheds so fast. So the water beads are super round, super tight, and they just shed off at a very, very quick rate. Look at that. It looks amazing. Let's do that one more time and I'll bring you closer up so you can see the water beading. That is insane. So let me bring you in. Look at how round and tight those are. Absolutely beautiful. Some of the best hydrophobics I've seen from any professional grade coating. And those beads just really shed off quickly as well. So look at that. There's a lot of that area that is already pretty dry. That's nuts. So let's do the same test now with just a steady stream of water. And the same happens here. Wow, you can dry the surface with pretty much water. There's almost nothing left on there. Let's add more water and we're gonna do the car dryer. And that's all there is to it. Yep, once again, fully dried. That was very fast. Oh man, did you guys like that demo? It was insane, right? Those hydrophobic properties are absolutely off the charts. And of course, due to the awesome ceramic coating self-cleaning properties, that means your vehicle is gonna have less of a tendency to accumulate the dirt and grime, but also it's gonna make it a lot easier to clean during your maintenance washes. So yeah, you're gonna enjoy this. It is not only easy to apply, but again, you're getting all the attributes, the gloss, the slickness, the UV protection, the extreme water beading and water shedding that you're getting out of it. Also resistance to 200 plus real world washes, right? That's very important. Talking about washes, let's have a quick discussion now about what kind of maintenance this needs and also if they have any tips for the application. First of all, when you're applying this, do not work in direct sunlight. That is very important. Like any ceramic coating, you have to apply it in the shade on a cool surface or work in a garage if possible. Also, the conditions to apply it in, people often ask, like, what's the limit? How cold can it get outside before I have to not apply this? Well, you can go as low as 10 degrees Fahrenheit, 50 degrees Fahrenheit or 10 degrees Celsius. But in ideal conditions, I would apply closer to 68 Fahrenheit or 20 degrees Celsius. Keep in mind the warmer environments and more humid environments lead to quicker flash times. And if you work in a colder environment, it's going to be a little longer for a flash time. But again, just put a chronometer or your stopwatch or whatever you have. Take those 5 minutes when you're applying in a crisscross pattern. Wait for that water, wait for the coating to bead on the surface or to sweat on the surface. And then you know after those 5 minutes, it's time to level, and leveling and buffing is very, very easy, as you guys hopefully saw. By the way, I want your comments for the ones who have ordered this and applied this. Let me know, drop a comment in the comment section. How do you like this coating so far? How is it doing for you? How is the application? The brand also reads the Pan the Organizer viewer comments. So yeah, let's give them that feedback. One question that people often have: how many years does this last? So as I said in this video and in the previous video as well in the factory tour, Cerakote is really resetting the conversation around durability. Now, for initially, we were seeing coatings that were, when this first started about a decade ago at this point for ceramic coatings, when they were first available to the public, we were talking about 1 year of durability, then that became 2 years, then companies were claiming 3 years, 5 years. Now we're seeing 7, 8, 9 plus years of durability claims. And it is very hard for you guys to know if those claims are true. People are becoming leery of that because in real world conditions, once again, many factors influence the durability. So typically a 5-year coating, if you live in California, your car is garage kept, only driven a few miles a year, and it's only driven on weekends, for example, well, you have a higher chance to reach the maximum durability claim compared to a vehicle, for example, that lives in harsh Montreal winters, like I have here in Montreal, Canada, with the road salts and all that stuff. And it might be daily driven, exposed to the elements 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. Maybe it's a high mileage vehicle as well. So that's going to impact the durability. So people have, again, become leery of those long-term claims because it's impossible to know until you test yourself in your conditions for many, many years. So what Cerakote decided to do is put all of that aside and reset the conversation and topic around durability. And they're not talking durability in amount of years. They're not making these crazy claims. What they're doing, though, is guaranteeing that this should last for 200 plus washes. Because both you and I, if you're watching this video, you're probably a car detailing enthusiast or a professional, and we like to wash our cars often. Heck, I like to wash my car twice weekly on average. So knowing that this can resist actual hand washing, as long as you're using a proper automotive grade quality shampoo, this should resist for 200 plus washes. And as I said, Cerakote actually tested this on one of their test vehicles for over 500 washes, and the coating still maintained its properties, because that's what people want, right? Is after all those washes for the coating to still have its gloss, still have its slickness, and to still have its hydrophobic properties, which are key for everybody to get to enjoy. By the way, another question that is often asked, can I apply this over an existing wax? The answer is no, guys. As I said in the prep step at the beginning of the video, it is very important when you're applying ceramic coatings, these need to bond directly to a virgin clear coat without any interference from any previous protection. So if you do have a layer of wax, of a paint sealant, or maybe an old coating that's in its last legs or its last days, and you want to apply this new coating, you're going to want to strip that old protection off. And the only way to fully ensure 100% removal of any paint protection is by machine polishing. So you're going to have to do at least a light polish if you want to ensure 100% removal. And don't forget to do an IPA wipe down or use a paint prep spray to remove any of those polishing oils, once again, to make sure there's no residue that prevents this from bonding to the clear coat. That's how you're going to get the maximum performance and durability. Any other tips that I have? That's pretty much it. You can, you're going to use a steady stream of water if you want to dry your car that way. That's how good the hydrophobics are. Or use I like a leaf blower or a car dryer. You blow the water off super quickly, and then at the end you remove like 95% of the water that way, 100% contactless way, and then you can go over the car, do a quick once over with a microfiber towel and a drying aid or a quick detail spray if you want to boost a little bit of that gloss and slickness, and you're done. So talking about maintenance. So what kind of maintenance does it need? So we all know, as I said before, that this does not need any maintenance toppers to maintain its properties over the years. However, both you and I, again, we love to take care of our vehicles, and who doesn't want to boost the gloss and the slickness when they're done washing their car, just that little more, that little extra touch. So you can use their own Cerakote. This is their rapid ceramic paint sealant. So it's in spray form, super easy to use, and should give you a few months of added protection, but also that gloss and that slickness boost that we're looking for. So you're going to wash your vehicle, dry it off, and then you use this as a quick detail spray. Spray on, wipe off, that's it, you're good to go. So if you do want to use something, you can use their own or whatever SiO2 or graphene kind of ceramic spray or graphene spray, quick detail spray, whatever you guys want on there. That's pretty much it. For washing the vehicle, just use a pH neutral car shampoo. Just use a quality automotive grade shampoo, and that's pretty much it. There's nothing special that's needed. I would recommend that you do not use any wax-infused shampoo because you're going to be masking the superior properties of the coating underneath. So don't use any wax-based stuff on top of coatings. Plus, the coating will end up rejecting the wax anyways. But stay with something that's compatible. So either ceramic sealants or graphene sealants, whatever you guys want. But this one here is fantastic because it's easy to apply and it's going to give you that crazy gloss, that crazy slickness. So if you want to do maintain, please do that. The other products that they have in their lineup, by the way, I did a video because this took an award for the best trim restorer. It scored top 3 for my 2023 Car Detailing Products Awards video. So this is the Cerakote Ceramic Trim Coat Restoration Kit. Now this is not a trim protectant. If you have a new vehicle with trim that's in good condition, that is not what this is for. This is for that faded, chalky, white, kind of oxidized plastics. So if you do have that, especially the textured plastics, right, you're going to want to use this trim coat. Very easy to apply. A couple of wipes with their proprietary ceramic technology that's in there. Check that video out because it is not only easy, but the results you get is insane. And you're also getting 200 plus wash resistance with this type of product. So it should last a very long time. You have their ceramic headlight restoration kit. So no tools required. Everything you need is in there basically. So there's some wipes to remove the oxidation, so that yellowing or that milky white appearance. And then you have some sanding discs, kind of like professionals use for water sanding, right? And then you have the ceramic coating that's supplied in there to protect your headlights, and that is it. So if you want something easy to use, this is everything included in the box, so you guys can restore your faded and oxidized headlights. Of course, if they're super faded with that thick layer, you might want to water start with typical water sanding, machine polishing steps, IPA wipe down, and then protect with a ceramic coating. But if you have light to moderate oxidation, it is a very good kit for that. So especially for your windshield or your glass surfaces, this is their Rapid Ceramic Glass Coat Kit. So if you want to get extreme hydrophobic properties, once you've applied a glass coating, you can't live without it. It makes driving through inclement weather much easier. It comes with the glass cleaner wipes and the coating spray. So once again, super simple. You have a prep step and then you apply the protection and you're going to get the crazy hydrophobic. So it allows you to drive in the rain and in inclement weather with better visibility and higher clarity, because you're going to evacuate that water very quickly just with the wind speed when you're driving on the highway, for example. So yeah, and it's going to kind of seal, let's say, the molecules of the glass, because when you're looking at glass through a microscope, it actually has hills and valleys just like your paintwork, and a lot of contamination can accumulate in that, and dirt and grime, and it just makes the experience a lot better when you decontaminate the glass, you prep it properly, you have a glass coating, and you have all of that water and crazy weather stuff just beating off. Yeah, believe me, when you have a glass coating, you're gonna actually love that. So guys, again, if you wanna take advantage of getting this kit, if you're a DIYer, you get a kit of 2 bottles in there. So you're getting 2 30 ml bottles for 60 USD. So that's only $30 US per bottle. I think all of you know that there's so many coatings out there, especially when we're talking professional grade like this, that are $100, $200, 500 USD for a kit. Well, here you're getting a $60 US kit, meaning $30 US per bottle. You have access to that for a limited time. Even if you're a DIYer or weekend warrior, you guys can get your hands on the latest technology from Cerakote, a professional grade ceramic coating. And once again, if you're a professional and you want to test this out, you fill in the form, give a few details like your business address and your business name, and you can try a kit for free. Now, how awesome is that? It is a no-lose situation. You guys can only win. So for my final thoughts, where does this stack up, right? How good is it? I often get that question asked since the initial video was launched. So now that I have had the time to test it on a few vehicles, of course, I'll be continuing this testing until the 2024 awards a year from now. But if the awards were currently right now, this coating, guys, the Cerakote Professional Ceramic Paint Coating, would take the #1 spot for the best professional grade ceramic coating of the year. And why? Well, for many reasons. Because it has all this technology in it. First of all, everything I wanted from a coating is in there. A 1-layer system, crazy gloss, crazy hydrophobic properties, that water beating right, amazing slickness, you get that UV protection. Again, that 1 layer, as I said, it is very important. We're moving away from 2, 3+ layer systems. It is very, very easy to apply. It is made in the USA, so we know it's from a good source, a reliable and reputable brand that's been around for decades making coatings for different industries, even aerospace, by the way. You should check out all the stuff that these guys do. It is mind-blowing. And you're also getting a resistance of 200+ real-world washes. And another very cool thing, only 2 hours of curing, and then you can release the vehicle outside in the elements. Those things alone would place it in first place for the best professional grade ceramic coating. However, the other cool thing, well, value. Usually pro grade coatings that have all of this and this kind of performance, you're looking at $100. Again, $200, $300, $400, $500+ that I have personally seen and tested as well. And yeah, so the value is just insane at only 30 USD per bottle. I haven't seen this yet. If you have seen something as good as this professional grade coating available for even people to purchase, let me know, because I have not. So for all those reasons, it would take first place for best professional grade. This is not consumer grade. Again, keep in mind, you're getting a professional grade coating. So it would take, yeah, first place in my awards video. And of course, I'm going to still continue to test this during that year. And you're going to see in 2024 if this panned out the way I think it does. But kudos to the team. Cerakote, I met them in person, including the CEO. I was able to hang out with them. I like to say we're brothers from another mother because we share a lot of common traits, including OCD and passion for cleanliness. Organization like that team is ran exceptionally well. Everybody loves detailing in there. They're super passionate about what they do. It was eye-opening. If you haven't seen that factory tour, by the way, you want to have your mind blown to literally bits because it is so impressive. It is the most advanced factory in the detailing world that I have ever seen, and that says a lot, right? After all these years of making YouTube videos and having access to a bunch of these brands and the chemists who produce the products and all that kind of stuff, I'm telling you, I was thoroughly impressed. So guys, if you want to take advantage, you want to get this for yourself, regardless if you're a DIYer or a pro, check the links in the video description. And yeah, if you have tested this, again, let me know, drop a comment. How are you guys enjoying it? I like to have your feedback, where you live, what conditions you're in, and how is it doing for you. And hopefully we're going to have all this feedback, and anybody who has questions, they can read the comments and also have an update on that. And of course, stay tuned for future updates on how this coating is performing in the real world. And I'm very, very excited. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Smash the thumbs up button. That really helps to support the channel, of course, and to make sure more and more people, are subscribed to the Pan the Organizer channel, because you guys have made this one of the biggest car detailing channels on YouTube, as we're about to surpass 1 million subscribers, and I have you to thank for that. So in the meantime, guys, don't forget, keep it tight, keep it clean, and I'll see you on the next one.